Well, it's time for a rundown on some of our national and international stories on this Monday morning. It is May 1st, 2017. Happy May Day to all my communist friends. Kim Jong Un has threatened to sink that U.S. aircraft carrier and turn a U.S. naval submarine into an underwater ghost if they get any closer to North Korea. And we've got that submarine currently docked in South Korea. I'm not sure exactly how much closer he'd like them to get before he starts sinking ships. Donald Trump, meanwhile, over the weekend on Face the Nation, called North Korean leader Kim Jong Un a smart cookie. This in relation to how he has gotten rid of his political enemies. Yes, assassination has been part of Kim Jong Un's MO. Apparently, Trump thinks that that's smart business. National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster says that the country should prepare for war. The United States should be prepared for military operations in North Korea. This is your National Security Advisor letting you know, Americans, you need to be prepared for war. U.S. Congress, by the way, in case you were concerned that, oh no, we're looming a government shutdown, it didn't happen. Never does. In this particular case, they voted to just keep on spending money. Hey, that'll be a great way of going. U.S. anti-missile systems. It's interesting. I've heard the allegations in the past of them violating the INF Treaty. Now I understand a little bit more why, looking at some of the statements made by the Russian Foreign Ministry over the weekend. The missiles that the United States has been shooting down in the test of the missile defense have been missiles that are banned under the INF Treaty. So in other words, we build a missile that we're not supposed to be allowed to build, and we shoot it in violation of the treaty, but because we're shooting it in order to shoot it down with another missile, we say, oh no, we're testing this other system over here. You get it? We're building missiles that we're not supposed to be building. We're testing them by shooting them up in the air. Even though we might be testing some other anti-missile defense system, the fact that we're still building and testing these other missiles is a violation of the INF. I think Russia has a point. Should be looked into. More British troops could be on their way to Afghanistan. Looks like Nato has considered a numbers boost. They're saying that it's not acceptable that the government of Afghanistan only holds about 40% of the country right now. 6 people dead, nearly 50 hospitalized as we had some major storms and tornadoes across Texas, Arkansas, and Missouri. It happens every spring. I'm not saying that if you don't like tornadoes, you should move out of Tornado Alley. But I'm also not saying that if you don't like earthquakes, you shouldn't live in California. Take your pick. French forces killed a number of militants in a forest in Mali. This is apparently a hot spot for terrorism. Has been for a number of years. Doesn't get the same kind of attention some of the places around the world do. Like, for instance, in Tunisia. Forces there have killed some fighters that were planning an attack during Ramadan. I always love how they let us know that the reason why they killed them is that they were planning an attack. Good. I'm glad that you knew their intentions. Thank you, Mr. Tom Cruise. Remember that movie, the Tom Cruise movie, where they talked about future crimes? It's really disturbing. All right, last story we've got for you for this morning is that France is on extra high alert right now. Why? Well, because it's May Day and because there were protests planned against Marine Le Pen. You know, the round of elections going on right now. Marine Le Pen, the so-called far-right candidate. Yeah. Protests. We'll see where it goes. It's May Day. We'll see what happens today and elsewhere. Keep it right here on my channel. I am Steve Floyd. And, of course, my website is radiofreespeech.com. I'd love to hear from you, Steve, at radiofreespeech.com. Oh, by the way, we do have a phone line open. I'm normally in here around noonish each Monday through Friday. You want to give me a call? Then maybe we can talk on the phone. You'll be on the phone. I'll be on my podcast. 907-374-5667. That's the studio line. Thank you.